Hey, what's up out there? David Cravens with the Relentless Hope Podcast. We're back down here at the 239 Live Studio, sunny Southwest Florida, down here in Naples, Florida. They let me cross into Collier County because I've got a driver's license.
What?
Because you know I am somewhere. Hit it again. I am. One more time. Turn it up.
Oh, the volume.
Something. Hey! I got my boy on the buttons. My boy is on the button. Hey,
Technical difficulties.
It wasn't
Was it
his
your
fault.
fault?
It was not my button man's fault.
He's like, I know it wasn't.
And over here to the left, I have.
What's up? I'm a beautiful savage.
And isn't she a little beautiful savage? How you doing, John Cravens?
I am pumped today.
I am pumped today, too.
Great guests.
And there's a couple reasons why.
Yes.
Because these guests that we have, see, some people talk about it, some people do it.
Let's go.
They're our first platinum sponsor for Hope Slam.
What?
And you know what? That means a lot to me. It almost makes me cry, actually. But really, when I'm serious about that, everybody knows I'm a crier. You know what I mean? I look a certain way. I mean, at Hope Slam.
He's also a crier.
Yes.
Just so you know. Yeah.
Yes.
See?
So over here, we've got Derek and Lizzie Stevenson.
Come on.
And say, what's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
But we go to church together at Rise Christian Church in Lehigh Acres, Florida. Pastor Nick and the gang, Matt and all of them over there. We love them all.
Yes.
Just a good church. So if you're looking for a church in Lehigh or in the community,
It's a good church.
they're as real as it gets. Trust me, I love them. And Pastor Nick's funny too. They got a good band, which my boy Derek's in the band.
Yeah.
Played the guitar.
Guitar.
He had himself
Guitar.
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 Oh yeah, does you do all kinds of
Do
stuff.
a little bit
though.
of singing.
Yeah, you
Yes.
singing,
Yeah.
guitar. Just I see y'all back on the board sometimes.
Yeah.
Ran
yeah.
sound when we did the Winterfest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ran sound for you
Which
guys.
Winterfest this year, we're gonna have Hope
That's what I
Championship
heard.
Wrestling there.
I was excited.
Yeah. Was there.
fun.
I think we're gonna be there again. I'd
Yeah.
imagine, and maybe even Smiley might come again. I don't know.
Cool.
To talk to Pastor Nick, but
Yes.
he's gonna come down. We were just with Smiley in Minnesota again.
Nice.
That's where we was up
Smiley
there.
is the man.
Yeah, he's awesome. So what we're getting into here, as you guys, a lot of you guys know, we got an event coming up, Hope Slam, where we're with Hope Championship Ministries, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to be with them in Georgia doing some stuff, but we have sponsorships and different things. And Derek contacted me when he seen it and reached out and didn't hesitate, and which meant a lot to us.
Yeah.
You know, somebody to have our backs and wanting to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which means you must be a wrestling guy.
Oh, yeah.
I am a huge wrestling guy.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
And this is going to be cool. Marty and them over there, they do some. Hope Wrestling Ministries they do some cool things.
They're
man.
awesome.
It's going to be.
Yeah, our
It's going to be
daughter's
awesome.
probably most excited.
Really?
Really?
We'll
She's
have
a
to
big
get her in.
kid.
How old is she?
She's gonna be 9.
We'll have to get her up in the ring and let her announce something or do
Oh,
something.
Yeah.
crazy. She
Yeah,
would lose
yeah,
her mind.
yeah. Oh no, dude,
Yeah.
we'll do. Well, that's definitely we'll
She'll
do that.
walk
We'll
up
talk.
to him and be like, "Let's go 5 minutes."
Right?
Yeah.
Are you
Dude,
Oh, I
serious?
like this girl.
I love
6
it.
minutes wrestling on the bed is an eternity.
Yeah.
With an 8-year-old.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just want
man.
to put that out
She
there.
can whoop you.
So much
Oh, my
energy.
gosh.
Oh,
She's
I-
got more
I've had
stamina.
to tap out several times,
Yeah.
man. She's got me in a
does.
leg lock. It's crazy.
Yeah, she'll just punch out his calf until
Yeah.
it's completely
Hey,
weak, and then
she
she'll-
might be the next girl wrestler.
Oh,
If that's what she wants to
guys.
do, I'm
You'll
all for
support
it.
her.
Yeah.
Hey, you
That
never
is
know,
awesome.
man.
Although
I mean,
she'll have to be more clothed than some of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to be a little more tasteful
We'll be a
than
little
some
more
of them
modest.
nowadays.
Yeah.
But I think it's really cool, though, about wrestling, because I'm a wrestling guy too.
Yeah.
Obviously, grew up, and I've said this time and time again. If you would have told me that Diamond Dallas Page would text me, or Buff Bagwell, which was two of my favorite guys, or
crazy, yeah.
I've got to meet a lot of these people and be around. It's cool to see that Marty's taken his love for wrestling and doing everything and turning it into a ministry.
Yeah.
And when me and him and I'm working on my grammar.
Doing great, baby.
When him and I,
Got some country grammar
yeah,
going
so
on.
I got a lot of going down. Nelly's my guy.
Yes.
But when him and I first started talking, I said, man, people probably don't get you, do they? He goes, no, bro. They don't. I go, when you call churches, they probably think you're crazy until you come and they see what your heart is. And
Right.
how he gives an altar call, and he's a good preacher and all of that, man. So it made us, same thing with us. A lot of people don't get us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it was risky for Pastor Nick to have us on a Sunday. A lot of churches don't, unless it's my home church or somebody who knows me. Like, we were just at Rock Church, shout out Rock Church in my hometown. But even then, it took me about 15 years for Pastor Chuck. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it's a different thing because we're kind of like not churchy enough for some churches.
Yeah.
Too churchy for the recovery community. Some marriage people are like, oh, because they're like a lot of times marriage ministries are squeaky clean, no shots at anybody.
Crazy. We're a little
and
crazy.
We're a little real, you know what I mean? And because my story is real because I serve a real God and I almost died a real death. Right. And so people ask us why, because we live in a real world. I serve a real God, and the devil tried to take me out, and I almost had a real death. That's what Relentless Hope's about. And you guys coming up, so I just want to first and foremost thank you guys for being our platinum sponsor.
Thank you for believing in us.
And for believing in us. And I'm going to probably, I'll just tell you on air, because that way if you say no, I can be like, well, I asked him on air. No. But I'm probably going to need some help. Yeah, no pressure. But as Hope, this next month or two, I might call out to you like, hey, bro, I need you to help me do, you know what I mean? To try to promote it a little bit too.
Yeah,
you know?
I'll do what I can. I'll actually be in Honduras for half of October.
Well, I need you to bring everybody back on the plane. Now that is cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Tell us about it.
I'm gonna be in Comayagua, Honduras, for about 2 weeks. We're gonna be doing a mission trip. Actually, it's two mission trips. One is we're bringing a team from the church. To just experience, what ministries the church that we're hooked up with down there does. I'll just go ahead and plug it. The Love, Serve, Testify is the ministry that supports them down there. Love, Serve, Testify. So check them out. It's Love, Serve, Testify Foundation.
Yeah, we'll put a link below.
Yeah,
there'll be a link below.
So, but we're going through them, and my parents are the ones who really started all of that, and so they've been going down for like 15 years now.
Wow!
And they've seen a little church in a tiny town switch to a large community, plant a church in a large community, and go from nobody to over 100 people.
Wow!
And
come on!
They're building they're getting ready to purchase some property and build their own building. They're getting away from
they're
renting.
doing it. They're doing
and
it.
so not only are they going to be like, they're doing it for the Lord, and they are in it, man. They are daily in it
to win,
right?
And so, but we're also seeing poverty alleviation in their country, you know, and in their communities. And so, it's really a really neat thing. So we're going down, taking some people from the church. It's our first trip from the church. And then the second week, we're going to bring some of the pastors down. Nick and Derek are going to come down, and Nick's daughter. And we're going to do a little stuff for the leadership of the church to kind of, just sit and have some conversation. Because anybody who's in ministry knows that if you're not in ministry, you don't understand, right?
Yeah,
you just don't get it.
Right.
And so just to give some encouragement and love on them, and give them some tools that they can use, because they're starting to get into elders and stuff like that. And so, I mean,
that's cool, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That is
so anybody,
I'll do what I can.
Yeah, never mind. He does not need to help me. He's going to be having his hands full with Pastor Nick over there, and it's going to be crazy. No, but anybody that's sounds like maybe God's tugging at you, or that's your call, or you've been praying about missions or something, or praying about it, check the link below, because I believe I've seen things, watched a video, and it'd be what I want to do, and that's how I've got started doing what I did.
100%.
You know what I mean? I've seen a thing on recovery churches, and I thought, this is the coolest thing ever. Jesus and recovery, that equals a win to me, because some people, don't. So if you're out there and you want to go to Honduras, or you're interested, the link is below. Check it out. That's awesome, man.
That is so
That's cool. I'm going to check it out myself, too, and see more in it. So, all right, let's get into it, man. you guys, how long have you guys been married? Let's go that way.
We've been married. It'll be 12 years.
I said it wrong yesterday.
12th.
That's why he's looking at me like that.
It's
Usually
true.
it's the other way
true.
around.
Yeah,
That's
no.
okay.
No, 12 years.
Don't
12
feel
years
bad.
almost.
He keeps me in check.
I
too.
got it tattooed right here, so I'm like,
Yeah,
you know when we
right.
were married, don't you? You know what I mean? I can remember. I've forgotten too.
Our daughter's birthday is 2 days later. So
Oh, so well, you got a lot going
It's easy-
on, right?
it's easy to
around
get
there.
that
There's a
confused.
lot of guys.
Screwed.
You got a lot going on. Okay, and now a little background. You from? Sorry, where are you from? You from
I was born in Inglewood, California.
Inglewood? I'm on a crip walk right now, but I might throw my back out. So I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, and so my family moved to Lehigh Acres when I was about 2.5.
Okay,
Wow.
so you grew up in Lehigh,
And
though.
I
You're
grew
from
up going
California
to
originally.
actually grew up in the church, and my mom was the church secretary
Wow,
at our church now.
so you're
when it
one of
was
the old
Lehigh
schoolers
Acres
there.
Christian church.
I
Yeah.
think that's crazy about Rise. Like
Like
Carla
Derek
and
Tennant?
Derek and
Yeah.
Carla.
I was in Derek and Carla's wedding.
Wow,
I was a flower girl.
that is crazy. I
That was-
love Miss
And
Carla.
it was at that church.
Hey,
So-
Miss
Oh, Miss
Carla.
Carla. Shout out Miss Carla.
She'll get the hand slapping with the best
Oh,
of them, baby.
she's so
Yeah.
She
cute.
gets going, and she's
excitable.
She's a sweetie,
She's
man.
so
We
cute.
love her. My kids love her too. She's so sweet.
She was the first person, really, when we started
we
going
first
to that
going there to
church. Yeah,
talk
that
to
just
us.
came right up
Yeah,
and was talking
so-
to us, and I was like,
She's got that gift.
awesome.
She's got that gift
Oh,
to make you
yeah.
feel welcome.
100%.
Okay, so you're Lehigh, well, California, but Lehigh
Yeah.
most
What
of your
a
life
difference.
Yes.
too. Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
She doesn't remember.
We're talking
Don't let her.
Ice
Yeah.
Cube or Plies. You know what I mean? Like that's a big difference.
Yeah.
You know. And what about you, Derek?
I was born and raised just north of Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, you're
Hometown of Jesse James.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a Missouri boy.
Yeah.
You ain't too far from me. I'm an Illinois boy.
All right. All
Right
right.
across over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, man.
So you know about some cornfields and
Oh, yeah.
snow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some snow.
So now you were raised there. How long you been down here in Florida?
So, been down here in Florida,
Close to 9, yeah.
2016. We came down in 2016.
So you came in 20.
Yep.
So so you guys came down and you met at church, or how did you meet, or what happened?
So wild story. She had gone to college in Kentucky, got offered a job not too far out after college, right?
Yeah, like right the summer after college.
And so she moved to Topeka, Kansas.
Okay.
Topeka.
Full-time children's ministry.
Okay.
right?
Children's in middle school, yeah.
All right.
And I was living in my parents' basement, right? She's got a house.
Right.
I'm living in my parents'
It's
basement.
all right.
And he'd probably still be there, let's
Well,
be honest.
I would have probably
it was
moved in with
comfy.
you.
yeah.
She
That's
had a house
totally.
and I had a van. Go ahead.
down by the river.
down by but really. So don't feel bad. I know the
Yes.
story.
So we met on ChristianDatingForFree.com.
Yeah.
Like we were cheap,
Hey.
even, you know. Like,
Right? Hey, that's all right. It works.
It
Hey,
was
yeah,
great.
it obviously worked.
It definitely hit off. We knew each other for 6 months. We started dating. Then we dated
Well,
for
I
6
had to
months.
tell him first. I was
Right.
like, you got to poop or get off the pot because
Right.
I'm not playing this game with you.
Yeah, I was
I like
kind of
What-
wishy.
I
What was
like
your
it.
wish?
And those were the words that I used.
Yeah.
I like it. Hey,
Hey,
you got to tell
words
him,
of
buddy.
wisdom from Miss Lizzie.
Let's go.
Poop.
Or get off the
Get
pot.
off the pot. That's
Ain't
your
nobody
marriage
got time for that.
And I gave him a
tip
week,
for today.
but he didn't take a week, so that was good.
Yeah,
Good.
I jumped on it pretty quick. I don't know.
Good.
My head was in a weird space.
Well,
you
that's
know?
all right. You were,
happens.
you know,
I was a
probably playing
dumb
games down in the
23-year-old,
basement.
whatever.
You were
Yeah.
young.
You're
Yes.
young. You didn't know. I mean,
So what's
Yeah.
the age difference between you two? How old are you?
5 months.
Yeah.
Oh,
oh,
that's
you
it?
guys are the same.
July,
She's older.
July,
when-
December.
She's
Okay.
older.
She's
Okay.
older.
Yeah.
Yo, cradle robber. No, I was
Yeah,
kidding.
that's right.
5 months. Okay, so same age.
Same age.
And
Yeah.
so you guys meet, you're talking, you go through, you tell him what's up.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was
Sometimes
I
we're
like
dumb.
that.
Yeah.
Sometimes guys are dumb. Because like John and I
Sometimes?
too. Yeah, most of the time. John
like
and I
her.
too, I was kind of like, yeah, you know, yeah, and she's like, what? She told my mom, what's wrong with this guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of mine was I didn't want to get her entangled in my craziness of my life. But,
Yes.
you know, I remember the first time I ever told her I loved her. She's like, about time, buddy. You about lost me, bud. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, yeah. And I took her to Cracker Barrel because I'm a romantic.
I love Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I know. But right down on Palm Beach Boulevard.
Let's go.
Anyway, so you guys start dating now. Now you get serious after the ultimatum.
I mean, we're talking 6 months knowing each other, date for 6 months, engaged for 6 months, married.
Let's do it.
That's pretty.
That's good timing, guys.
We
I'm getting a lot of
we
popping.
just knew.
That's pretty responsible.
Yeah.
Though I feel like that tells me that doing a lot of marriage stuff that we do, travel and classes, your guys' marriage is set up for success, which will leave a legacy for your family of success of marriage. Because we all know if you do marriage God's way, it works 100% of the time.
And the D word we said was not in our vocabulary.
You're
from the
already
start,
ahead of
right?
the game, brother.
Like we before
I like
we
that.
ever.
Not on the table.
Non-negotiable.
I mean, that was
Non-negotiable.
before. That was
But
before we actually
if
got
I
engaged.
ever need to get rid of him, his dad would come help me.
They're going to keep you and get rid of him, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's the same thing with me. My mom is like, John, that's so great. I'm like, I'm pretty good too, Cindy. I'm just kidding. No, she loves me.
You on the moon, my guy.
I'm just kidding. But so 6 months, which is
Yeah.
giving you're filling it out. That's good actually. So now you get married. How do we get from how long are you there and then you come to Florida? How?
We were in Topeka for 2.5 years.
Yeah, married
after we got
2.5
married.
years, yeah.
2.5.
And God placed a call on Lizzie's life. There was some church mess.
I get it.
always
I grew up in it.
So there was some church mess, and suddenly Lizzie no longer had a job at the church.
Yeah.
And by no fault of her own,
Right.
they were shifting things out from under her. But we were out of church for like a year.
Right.
And like we were going every once in a while, but we were both
been
working
there.
I've been
full-time
there.
jobs on Sundays.
Yeah,
and it's
you're
just
like,
a
we're
mess,
tired.
you
We
know?
love Jesus.
well,
we're not bad people.
And just our church family, like from there, like pretty much just dropped
They
us.
dropped us.
Really?
And like I was working there, so I kind of knew that that's probably what was going to happen.
Right.
But it doesn't make it.
It doesn't make it
easier.
no,
any
and
easier,
it hurts
right?
your feelings. And,
It hurts.
And you know, just if you're out there watching, church hurt, not Jesus hurt.
Come on.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Sure.
And sometimes we
Yes.
get the two. We get
Yes.
God and ministry
Yeah.
upside down, or
Right.
church and God,
Yeah.
or Jesus and hurt.
Because people
Yeah.
are still going to be.
You know, a lot of people be like, "Those, I'll never go to church." Those Christians, like, well, Jesus didn't do it.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, I had a pastor tell me one time. He goes, "You want an easy life? Don't let your congregation grow." Because you get more people involved, you're going to deal
yeah.
with it. So, you know, we've been on the side of it. So, and we've been exactly like that before.
Yeah.
Like, well, we're tired. We're not bad people. We love Jesus. Them people don't talk to us no more. We'll just watch it online, or we'll
you
just
start slipping,
I
right?
did watch a message today. I can be the church is where we are. Like
What's
I know
that
all
word?
of those things.
What's that word? I don't know why I can't ever remember.
Compromise.
Compromise. Then the little
gonna
compromise.
get
I don't know.
compromise tattooed
I know.
on my
'Cause
forehead.
I cannot ever remember it.
Get it right
I have
here.
to ask him
Face
every
tattoos
time.
are popping.
Yeah, that's good.
Compromise.
I'm like, thank you. But no, that's very true,
Yeah.
right? Then
Yeah.
things start creeping in.
So you get out a year, whatever.
So
you're out.
yeah, since she gets a call to start looking again. She's like, I can't. I feel like we've gotten
got your mission.
complacent, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, so I'm gonna start putting the jobs out there. And I actually studied to be a youth pastor, but then I married a full-time children's minister, and it was like, okay, well, I'll just get a
And
Best
for
Buy
the
job,
first,
right?
like, 5-6 months of us being married, we were at different churches.
I
So he
was-
was driving an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was an interim youth pastor at the
Oh,
church
man.
I grew up in.
So
Wow.
we never got to go to church on Sunday together.
Oh yeah,
That
not
had to be
good.
tough.
That's not the way it's designed.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to
Right.
be together, serving
And
together.
Yeah.
and like different events at churches
Yeah.
and stuff. And
Oh
we're
yeah,
trying to go to
and
each
they'll
other's
stretch it
events
thin.
and-
They'll stretch it thin.
Yeah.
Churches will stretch it thin. I mean, won't they? They'll be like,
Come over here.
call Lizzie, she'll do it. Yeah, come
Yeah.
on, Lizzie, we need you. And call Derek, he'll do it. Right.
That's true.
And God, if Satan can't slow you down, he'll speed you up.
Oh yeah.
You see,
That's good.
You
That's
know,
good words.
yeah.
Right.
And that's
So
the
true.
facts. I've learned
Yeah.
that. I've learned that in ministry. Like sometimes the biggest thing you can do is say no.
Yeah,
The
we're-
most godly thing you could say.
This man.
I love you.
Preach to this man.
Yeah, I'm the same way, brother.
Dude,
and
dude.
I'll
He's like,
run
"Sign me
myself
up."
ragged because I don't want to let nobody down. And
Yeah.
and then you got work. Like
Yeah.
not only do I travel, do music, do a podcast, do a marriage thing. Then I got real businesses that I actually make money from. And so my phone never. It's always something, man, and I'm always like, oh, I got to answer, I got to answer back, so I don't want them to think I don't appreciate them. I don't want, you know what I mean? And it can wear you thin. Where some of the
Stretch
best
it.
thing is rest and know
Dude.
for your family.
We're doing a church-wide Bible study right now. It's through Experiencing God is the name of the thing. Really great book and study. I mean, anybody who is out there. But the thing that God has been pounding into my head is wait listen, watch, and respond.
Yeah.
And
That's good.
that's so
That's
hard
good.
though.
Look at the camera and tell them that.
Yeah.
Wait, listen, watch, and then respond. It's the hardest. It's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for anybody who's so gung ho and go,
Yeah.
and you've been in ministry for a long time, and it's so easy to get caught up in the going.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to just sit back and wait and
Yeah.
stop for a minute and slow down. Like that's the most difficult.
Yeah.
But that's
I
what
agree
God's
with
been
that.
beating into me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And then there's also the thing of, did I wait too long?
Yeah.
Or do you wait? And that's like me too. It's like people are like, why are you always doing this? I'm like, I did so much bad. I got to push hope, and I got to do a lot of Jesus. But sometimes I can run myself ragged too. And the biggest form of surrender sometimes is rest, is knowing when to say no. So if you know when to say no, and which this, but I'll tell you, and listen to her when she says no.
Yeah.
Because sometimes John will go, David, you can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, I can't. She goes, I don't want to hear your mouth about it later.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm so tired. I gotta do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the same time, there's got to be a balance. But that's true. If the devil can't stop you, slow you down, he'll speed you up where you're passing each other, doing good things.
For me too, learning that just because something's good doesn't mean it's great.
No. Ooh.
There's like a big difference between those two.
Yeah.
And like the good can distract you from the great
Yep.
that God wants you to do.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
like, I had somebody tell me they were serving at a food pantry. I was like, that's good, but is that where God wants you to be?
Exactly.
Right.
Like, what are you giving up to do that?
Yep.
Like, what is God calling you to do?
Yeah.
Right.
And she had to think about it. And I was
Yeah.
like, you got to think,
Well-
just because it's something that's good and not something that's bad doesn't mean that it needs all of your time and attention.
Or when you ask somebody, say, so what's your purpose and what's your calling from God? And they go, and they start with, well, I go to the jail, man. I go to the thing. No. That's a lot of good things that God might have. But what's your purpose? Like if you ask me what my mission is, I can tell you what my mission is. And once I got my mission, then things started to change. But before that, I was a dude who rapped at youth groups, and then I'll come here and speak at a drug center, and then I'll go. But I didn't have I was always doing this and this. Once we got our mission and our purpose, then things started to change.
Yeah.
And what good things, a lot of marriages have troubles from a lot of good things misprioritized.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
That's good.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
that's
Like
good.
you can have kids are great, but if they're misprioritized in the marriage, the kids over the dad, the
Yeah.
dad comes home from work, or I'm just saying, not saying this to you, but the church going to the band practices over the wife and kids, and she's home doing this. What fill in the blank, whatever it is, and it's not bad things. It's just
Right.
misprioritized.
Right.
They got to have an order because that's the way God designed
Yeah.
it, right? Jesus, your mate, your family, your church, you know what I mean, and it goes
Right.
down the road.
And I think it's important too to point out that while time's not a good indicator of priority,
Yeah.
right? Because you could spend all the time in the world with your kids, and they're not the priority
Yeah.
still. And so intentional
Fact.
time, right?
That's our word.
Intentional time is
Be intentional.
Intentional is so important. I mean, it's
100%.
important.
Yeah.
And intentionality is the key to that. So you may not have a lot of time that you're spending one-on-one with your kids,
Right.
but if you're intentional about it, it's like the TV show Bluey. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
have seen it.
No,
I
I've
know
heard all
what it is,
about
but
it.
I've-
Your
I've
kids are a
heard
little
it.
older or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's the whole thing is about like a 15-minute part of their day.
Yeah.
And at first it made me feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough with my kid. And then I realized, she pointed out, like it's a glimpse of their day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the kids just absolutely adore their parents because there's that intentional
Moment.
15 minutes of time in the day
Absolutely.
that they just pour into their
Yep.
kids. And so like that's important. It's
intentional.
It's
Being
super.
intentional when it comes to marriage, family, life, ministry. Being intentional is the main
Intentional,
thing.
yep.
It's like it's like us. A lot of people are like, "Oh, how do you do?" Because we're intentional about
Right.
our time. We're intentional about, "Hey, are you okay? Am I okay? What do I need to do better?"
Right.
And fill in the blank.
Yeah.
That's good. Those are all some good nuggets. If you guys, this is being a really good podcast,
Sweet.
man. Actually,
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Digging
go
it.
bouncing off. We're doing good here, guys.
Yes.
And thanks for your transparency too, man. That's how people learn, though, because
Absolutely.
some people might look and I'm just for the transparent. Anybody watch Relentless Hope, and you guys know us from being. what you see is what you get. I love Jesus. I can sometimes be a little rough around the edges, and you don't have to guess what I'm thinking because I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And it's just the way I am.
Yeah,
And-
my heart's
yeah.
on my sleeve, so I
Yeah,
feel that.
yeah,
like,
you know.
It's written all over his face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I've had her places before. She write on a piece of paper, get that look off your face, because I'm watching the dude preach
Yeah.
like this.
Maybe you need to do that for me
In,
more
Yeah.
my, in my women's discipleship group,
Yeah.
we'll be like, fix your face.
Yeah,
Fix
because we've
your
been
face.
places and they're talking, and I'm like, she's like, David, you're doing it again. You know what I mean?
Tighten up, son.
But sometimes people will think, you grew up in the church, you went to Bible school, you were in children's church, your life is perfect.
Right.
When
And easy.
Yes, yeah. Oh, you
What
don't.
is
They
that?
must look. They've been in church their whole life. They must have no struggles. Like it's people, and then you'll take people like us, like, oh wow, they've been through this and this. They're not. There's no way they could ever be as holy or do. You know what I mean? Like when really. The foot of the cross is level. We all killed Jesus. Whether you got tattoos or you're shooting heroin or whether you got a 3-piece suit on and you're at church every Sunday, we all killed Jesus. The foot of the cross is level. Right. And so it's cool to get your guys' story on here that, you guys were kind of burnt out. You're running over here, you're running over here, jobs, tired, has to start taking away from the marriage,
I know what he's laughing about.
I wasn't even gonna share.
No, you share
this.
whatever you want or
No,
don't
but-
want.
Whatever's
No, I
on
wasn't
your
going to
heart.
share this, but it just fits so well with. I mean, we're on that track,
Yeah.
right? So, she gets the call. She applies to Lehigh Acres Christian Church at the time. Now it's Rise, right?
Yeah.
And for a part-time job, right? We're talking 1,400 miles difference.
Yeah. Everything you know.
And
Yeah.
she interviews. I end up going down with her to interview too, because they interview family and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I grilled them real hard because I'm like, you know what? Nobody's going to treat my wife like this last round did.
Yeah.
Right? We're
Yeah,
not
you've
doing
been
that.
hurt,
You went into
right?
you went into
We're not-
protection mode.
We're not doing that again. And I told them that. I straight across the table of
Yep.
12 guys and their wives or whatever, or 6 guys and their wives, and was like, this is what happened. And I'm not going to allow it to happen to my wife again.
Not doing a repeat.
Or how are you going to
Be different.
ensure me that that's not going to happen to my
Right.
wife again?
Right.
And so it just all fell in and felt right. And I was like, all right, God, look, if this is what you're calling us to do, you got to show up big, right? Like we're willing to go,
Yeah.
but you got to show up big. And the first way he showed up big was 2 weeks later after she accepted the job. We found out she was 5 weeks pregnant
No.
with our first
Yeah.
and only kid. And so it was like, oh, okay, so we're
That
gonna
was a fun conversation.
Yeah, right.
We're
Yeah.
gonna
Be like,
move.
oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah,
pregnant.
Right. Hey, this is happening. So we're gonna move 1,400 miles away for a part-time job.
We both had full-time jobs.
Wow.
We're both
Owned a
leaving.
house.
Right.
Owned a house. Like
So you were living
and-
normal life. I mean,
right. We were there, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and we give all of that up. Kid on the way, all of a sudden, and all of that. And so I just told God, look, we're willing to go. We're going. Show up big.
Yeah.
And then at the first sign of not going the way that I thought it should, I completely fell apart and became a horrible, bitter, angry human being.
Right.
And, I mean, I burnt every bridge there was to burn at Lehigh Acres Christian Church.
Well.
I burnt the Carla Bridge. We were talking about Carla.
Yeah.
I burnt that bridge hard,
Really?
right?
Yeah.
And that whole family, and they're like patriarchs of the church,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
they've been there forever.
Yeah.
And but every relationship that I could possibly burn, with the exception of Derek Tennant, thank you for holding on.
Shout out to Derek.
Shout out, Derek.
Shout out to Derek. For like 3 years or 2.5 years, I just went rampant.
Yeah.
I was horrible. I treated my in-laws terrible. The whole thing was like, it was based on like I expected God to show up big, and we had these plans that were our plans,
Yeah.
and God had different plans.
Different
You were
and
God.
plans.
and
You
I
were
was
being
Yeah,
God.
you were
was
playing
mad
God.
that all of a sudden the plans changed,
Yeah.
and so for about 3 years it was rough, and I became the youth pastor at the church. That happened, and then some things went down, and I got let go. It was somewhat my fault. I'll own some of that.
Yeah.
It was somewhat targeted.
Right.
But after that happened, right after that happened, the senior pastor left, and I got to first off witness what it's like for people to decide to be all in for Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Like I grew up in the church, right? I've been doing the Jesus thing since I was 5.
You've seen it all.
So I'd seen everything.
But that was probably the hardest part about this is he came home and was
When I
like,
got
we
let
were
go.
living with the senior pastor at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
And he's like, I was let go. Praise team practices tomorrow. We have to decide if we're staying or going.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Is God
And
calling us away
it's
from
like-
here?
Yeah.
Or is
What's
he calling
this
us
gonna
to
look
stay?
like?
Because I was still working. I
Yeah.
was working part-time at the church.
Right.
And he was like, we got to decide tonight.
What's
and I
gonna
was like,
happen?
okay. And it was the hardest thing to tell him. I don't think God's telling us to go somewhere else.
Oh, man.
And so I was just like, all
We
right.
went to
And
praise team practice the next night.
We were
played
all
on
in.
Sunday.
Wow.
Like,
and nobody knew. Like
Nobody
we
knew.
didn't.
Yeah, you
talk
didn't
to
go
anybody.
bust it out.
Right.
You didn't
No.
bust them out.
Because
with it.
at that moment we decided we're
This
all
was
in.
it.
It's no longer we're not in this. It's not us anymore.
Right.
So that was the first nugget of God saying, "All right, we're gonna fix this thing."
Right.
Right.
but as
You're-
a wife,
you're
that was
willing.
really hard to be like, no, God's telling
Yeah,
us.
because
to
you
stay
probably
here.
felt. I
Yeah.
mean,
Like
you were taking their
they hurt my
side over
husband.
him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and you
like,
probably
they hurt
felt
my
with that
husband.
too a little bit, did you or not?
No,
Ah, I
it was
like
the
it.
right thing.
Yeah.
It was just the right thing.
So you trusted her,
Yeah,
and
100%.
her being your helper.
100%. And so after that, I mean, we were all in. We stayed. We kept doing the thing, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, like when me and Derek Tennant were like the only ones left.
Right.
Just me and
Wow.
him.
That was
And
it.
so for like probably a year and a half, something like that.
no, it was a half a year. It was a half a year.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was only half a year. It was a long half a year.
It was long.
It
Huh?
seemed like it was a
and
year
then-
and a half.
And then Nick came along, right?
Yeah.
They hired Nick.
And we were
Who's awesome. I love
He
Pastor
is.
Nick.
Yeah.
but like
Awesome
we were
guy.
down to like 80 people maybe.
Right? Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was 2019 when all that went down,
Oh,
right? So
COVID.
then Nick
The
gets
big C
hired
word.
2020, January 2020, and then the whole country shuts down,
Mm-hmm.
in
Oh,
March
man.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So which is where we kicked off the podcast, right?
Which is, what's the name of your podcast, by the way?
The Truth Response.
The Truth Response.
Response.
I'm looking at your camera for some reason. I don't know. The Truth Response Podcast. Link below. Go like and subscribe, or else.